I really care about your symptoms today that you're experiencing, and I appreciate the fact that you want those gone. But it's so much more than that. It's looking at this bigger picture of health and making sure that you feel better for a long time into the future so that you're not getting derailed by your gut over and over again, and that you're just free to fully show up and live in your life like you want.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Nourished and Thriving Show. I'm your host, Katie Lovett. I'm a registered dietitian on a mission to help you increase your impact and legacy on the world while healing your gut and reducing your IBS symptoms. I'm so grateful to have you here. Each week, I'll inspire you to live vibrantly and provide valuable resources and information that empowers you to take bold action towards your health goals. Before we dive in, make sure you follow or subscribe to my show wherever you're listening so you never miss an episode. Ready? Let's go!
One of the things that comes up a lot of the time in conversation with my clients and with, people that I'm just talking with on Instagram is, what does feeling better mean to you? I think a lot of the time we aren't really clear on what our really, gut health goals are, what better means, anything like that. And then we never really know whenever we've achieved our goal. So that can end up being really frustrating because, you're moving along and you're taking action after action after action, but never feeling like you're really arriving at your destination. And it's because you didn't know what your destination was to begin with. So I'm going to share one destination with you guys. And I don't ever think that feeling better just means one thing. I think that it means a lot of different things. But I do think that this is one thing that feeling better will mean for most people. And so I wanted to share about it. So the one thing that I think is a sign of true long-term lasting gut healing and feeling better is something that I have called gut resilience. And I want to tell you guys a story about gut resilience and how you can know if you have it or don't have it. But first, I want to just define what the word resilience means. So resilience is a noun, and it means the capacity to withstand or to recover quickly from difficulties. Now, I think a lot of the time, whenever we're first seeking out healing, we don't really think about longer term. We just want to feel better now. I think that's why so many of you guys are so tempted by these really jazzy, shiny marketing programs from different supplement companies, because you just want to feel better. You're desperate and you're like, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll try that. I'll do this. I'll do that. And you end up just spinning in circles from thing to thing because you don't actually have strategy behind it or understanding, but you just want to feel better. But you don't really, like I said, define what that means, and you don't think longer term than the immediate gratification of that desire or feeling better in the here and now. But resilience is really important. And so whenever you're thinking about feeling better, are you thinking about someday I may have gut symptoms again? I know that's not something that most of you want to think about. You want to think about it as an all or nothing deal where I'm fixed and I never have to deal with this again because you just want to feel better. But the fact of the matter is we live in a dynamic world with a lot of different variables, and chances are gut symptoms of some sort or other are going to creep up in the future for you, and you're going to have to deal with them. But if you have gut resilience, like we're talking about here, you're not going to have to deal with it as intensely or as long, I guess you could say, as what you're currently going through right now. And that is why it's really a great sign of gut healing. So this concept of gut resilience, let me give you this personal example, very personal example of what this means. So a couple of weeks ago, a tummy bug was going around school. I have 3 children. 2 of them are elementary aged and the other is preschool, toddler aged. And for those of you parents out there listening to this, whether your kids are old or young, you know that pretty much any parent's worst nightmare is a tummy bug. Not really. Like, there are, in the grand scheme of things, a lot worse things that could happen, right? Like, not truly, but like when you're thinking about kid sicknesses, tummy bugs rank pretty high up there. They're pretty messy. Kids don't tend to like know their bodies well enough to know when certain things are about to happen. So it's just fantastic. So tummy bugs going around school, it was so bad. I think one day there were 14 teachers out and they were having to like combine classes because so many teachers were sick. They ended up actually doing a full like sanitation of the school overnight because so much stuff was going around. So kiddos came down with the tummy bug. I avoided it actually for a while. Both of my girls got it. No one else got it. Well, then the next week, my little boy got it, and we woke up in the middle of the night to him having gotten sick in his bed, which is always just a delight, right? Like vomit in the bed. There's like the sheets and all the stuffed animals and the blankets. It's 2 a.m. You get my drift. So we clean it up as best as we can for the middle of the night, clean him up. Of course, he's upset because this thing has just happened to him and he doesn't feel good. Clean him up, console him. And we just bring him to bed with us because he didn't feel good. He's crying, he's upset. And of course, as soon as we get him in our bed, he promptly gets sick to his stomach again, which is always so fun. And so we clean that up again as best we can for now 2:30 or 3 a.m. And I'll get to sleep. And you guys, little Bo likes to snuggle his mama, and he slept nose to nose with me. And I knew in that moment I was doomed. There was no way around it. It was like he's literally breathing into my mouth and nose after just getting sick twice. I'm absolutely getting sick with this. Like, there's nothing I can do about it at this point. So sure enough, the next day happens, and by 10 a.m., I'm not feeling fantastic. And I'm like, I definitely have it. By noon, I was in tears because I felt so bad. How many moms out there cry whenever you get sick? It's really annoying. But I was just like, I don't feel good. I need to go lay down and rest. And I did. I went and laid in bed. I rested. My kids were so sweet, all each in their own way, trying to help mommy feel better. Charlotte was like doing her best to keep she's my oldest. She was doing her best to keep the 2 little ones out. Adeline brought me some ginger chews. It was very sweet of her. Bo came and just patted my arm a few times, and then Charlotte would come yell at him to leave me alone. But anyway, I never got sick to my stomach. I was very nauseated. I never got sick. I didn't take anything because, you know, if you have like a tummy bug, you really want your body to like get it out as soon as possible because that's what it's trying to do. I never got sick to my stomach. And within, I went and laid down at noon. By 9 o'clock that night, I was feeling much better. I did like just go ahead and go to sleep for the night to let my body rest. And I slept a full 12 hours that night. So I was definitely tired and worn out. But I woke up the next day feeling completely better pretty much. And that is what I call gut resilience. Now, it was a pretty short-lived tummy bug. It wasn't as intense as they can be, but never got sick. The next day felt completely better and moved on with my merry life. Now, if my gut had been in a much worse place, things probably would have looked a lot different. I've actually heard of people coming to talk with me and work with me who all of their symptoms started with a tummy bug and they just never fully got better. And that's because they didn't have gut resilience to begin with. So a lot of the time somebody's like, well, I was fine until I went on this trip, or I was fine until I went on this antibiotic, or until I got this tummy bug, or until I had this surgery. And yes, maybe that was the point in time where things started to like go south for you symptom wise. But if that happened, chances are your microbiome and gut environment were not robust to begin with because you had the opportunity for things to go awry. I was just talking with somebody this morning who, you know, we may end up working together if we both decide it's a good fit, but she's been dealing with this for 5 years. And, you know, she said, I feel like I've had gut issues since I was a kid, but all these different things keep happening in different ways. So like one time I had H. pylori and I got rid of that, and then I had Candida and then I got rid of that, and now I may have SIBO and I'm trying to get rid of that. And she was like, but it just doesn't matter what I do. I never feel like I fully heal because I keep getting different things. And even though they're all different things, I feel like they're connected. And she was so spot on. And that, was great intuition on her part with that, because they are all connected. And the fact of the matter is, something in her gut is creating that. It's like a weak link, right? I think there used to be a TV show called The Weakest Link. One of my teachers in high school liked it. I don't think I ever actually saw it, but there's a weak link in there that is allowing these things to come in and make you feel really, really bad. And so whenever I'm talking about root causes, I'm talking about not finding the H. pylori or the Candida. I'm talking about finding the weak links in there, because ultimately that's what you have to fix to keep you from continuing to get sick over and over again. And then the next time you do go to Mexico and accidentally drink the water, or get some food poisoning at a restaurant, or get a tummy bug because your 2-year-old decided to breathe on your face, it's not going to completely take you out. Do you see what I'm saying here? So that's why I believe, gut resilience is really a huge marker and key for overall gut healing, and something that we should all be striving for and working toward whenever we're healing our guts. So I want you today to think about, is your gut resilient? Do you bounce back from things quickly? And this can be also more general health, because we know that everything is affected by the gut. So are you somebody who keeps getting cold after cold after cold, and like every bug that's going around, your immune systems may be compromised, and it's just one thing after the other? That could be an indication that your gut health isn't as good as maybe you think it might be. Or maybe you're a person who, like I was talking about with this other person, where you've been having gut issues on and off for a while, and you just feel like it's just kind of one thing after the other, and you keep having issues, and maybe it'll get better for a bit and then something else comes along, that type of thing. That is a good indication that you don't have gut resilience. And ultimately, in my gut rehab program, that's what I'm working to help create for my clients. And I talk about this like why actually, where yes, I really care about your symptoms today that you're experiencing, and I appreciate the fact that you want those gone. But it's so much more than that. It's looking at this bigger picture of health and making sure that you feel better for a long time into the future, so that you're not getting derailed by your gut over and over again, and that you're just free to fully show up and live in your life like you want. That's all I've got for you guys today. I'll talk with y'all next week.
Thank you so much for listening to the entire episode. I hope you are feeling inspired and empowered to take bold action towards your health goals. If you enjoy what you heard, don't forget to follow my show so you never miss a new episode. And it would mean the world to me if you left me a review so others knew what to expect from my show. Last, get in touch. Let me know what bold action you're taking. Let me know how you're inspired. Follow me on Instagram at the_healthygut_dietitian. I've put a link in my show notes for you so you can simply click and follow. Come say hi. I respond to all my messages, and I can't wait to get in touch.